I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Marion County Commission meeting Monday, July 21st, 2025. Start off with a public forum. There's nobody in the room. Is there anybody online? Seeing none, I'll go ahead and close the public forum. Move forward with the agenda approval. Anything else we need to add to it? Okay. Move forward with the agenda as approved. Administrative business, Ashley.
Okay, we have the minutes of July 14.
Chance to read the minutes. Corrections? If not, is there a motion to approve? Motion by Dave. Second by Ken. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0.
Thank you. Okay, we have change orders and supplements for review.
Anything additional that wasn't in the packet?
No. All right, we have early checks in the amount of $44,348.18.
Any questions with the warrants?
Second, I think there is. I'm not sure. What's this? Sorry, get to it.
The sheriff's, that vehicle outfit, that's just the one vehicle, the Explorer, is that what that's for?
Yes.
Second. Yes.
That Road and Bridge, there's another Bright Speed Internet damage claim.
I guess, yeah, that was what I was gonna ask. We must have cut a line or something.
Is that a second damage?
They had one a couple months ago, I thought, I don't know if it was Bright Speed or, I don't remember what it was for, but
It says K-15 though. Why would we been doing anything on K-15? Plus it was on a corner.
Do you want me to grab the invoice?
What?
Do you want me to grab the invoice?
Yeah, it'd be good to see what we did.
Says damage description, 6 paired buried cable.
Location. So location, 2940, so north of 290th. K-15. Not really sure. North of DNL.
Yeah.
North of DNL Road. What purpose do we have up there?
It had to be, I don't know, might wanna check on that, get us some kind of a little report from Road and Bridge. Did you wanna see it?
No, that's,
At 40, I'm just trying to think where that, it's just past 290th.
yeah,
Is it up there on the right? Where that gravel pit is and that driveway? I don't know why they'd be in there, but. Anyway. Any other questions on any warrants? Get something, or somebody will get something. Okay. All right. If not, I'll make a motion to approve the early checks in the amount $44,348.18.
second.
All those in favor? Aye. 5-0.
Next, I have 2 budgeted transfers. I apologize, these weren't in your packet, but it's Road and Bridge 7 mil to Capital Improvement Fund, $120,749.33. And then we have one for the Road and Bridge to Special Equipment, $166,666.67.
And I'm wondering how you want to, like in the past, the commission has always approved the budgeted transfers. Is that something y'all want to keep doing, or do you want to just have the budgeted transfers done and then only bring them if there's an issue? What do you want to do?
I mean, they are earmarked to go that way.
Right. It's up to all of you. It's just something that seems a little,
If a budget year was tight or something, then we'd wanna bring it.
Personal preference is that we approve commission.
We know if we bought something.
Well, no, it's the scheduled transfers.
Scheduled transfer, budget.
I got no preference one way or the other. I mean, it's a scheduled deal, and then if looking like a tight budget year, then maybe we'd wanna talk about it, but.
It's not that big of an issue to
Cause it can,
bring it to us and approve it. I mean, it's not like it takes us, I mean, that way we're all up to speed on it, and if we do have an issue, we can get it at the time rather than.
Making us aware it would be what I would suggest.
so I guess we'll just continue
Just
on
continue,
like
okay.
always.
Maybe if we've been here 20 years, we won't.
Yeah.
Do you wanna make a motion on these?
here,
or
I'll
just-
I'll hand them to him so he can.
Memorize the numbers?
All right. Make a motion to approve the scheduled budget transfer from Road and Bridge to special equipment at $166,666.67.
Second.
Second by Kent. All those in favor? Aye. 5-0. Alright, then make a motion to transfer from road main.
So that's basically that's basically
Seven.
levied in the general fund. So we levy 7 mils and then we take the bond payment out of it, so that's the remainder. And it goes from the general fund to the capital improvement fund.
Move the 7 mils to capital improvement fund at $120,749.33.
I'll second that.
Dave, all those in favor?
Aye.
5-0.
And that's
Okay. The first thing that I have is just a reminder about the town hall meeting or the open house for the US 56 expansion. That is this Wednesday at the Marion Community Center in the evening, so I think you've all been getting that information, but I just wanted to make sure and remind you. Do you think are there any of you planning to attend that?
I am. Might wanna put out a special.
Okay, I'll put out a notice, that's. The next thing I have is a recommendation for a salary increase for a department head, so those come to the board for approval.
Salary change for Josh Hausman from 4,976 to 5,077. Completed aquatic certification. Make a motion to approve.
No motion.
You'll make that motion?
Yes.
Okay. You'll second it?
Yeah.
Motion by Dave, second by Kent. All those in favor?
Aye.
5-0.
Okay. The next thing I have are a couple of requests for some approvals on expenditures. So the first one is for the EMS department. It's time to replace uniforms in that department. And this was budgeted over 2 years, but the budget for this current year is $19,000. And we do have 2 bids there. There was, they reached out for a third one, but we're not able to. Did not receive one back, so.
Getting more product for the lesser bid.
Right.
I would make a motion to move with the lower bid.
So we had one, yeah, right. Gall's was for $16,654.65, and Western Associates was $14,858.10.
I just have one question. How many employees are we talking about for these uniforms?
This is for all the full-time, the part-time, and volunteers.
How many is that?
I don't have the exact answer of the number.
I'm just wondering, 85 pair of pants and 35 pair of boots. Typically,
Yeah, math.
the math doesn't add up to me. Typically, most companies provide 1 pair of boots per year.
Right, that's what, I can get details on that, but the boots I know were the intention was for for everyone, including the volunteers that are actually taking calls. So I'll follow up.
Okay.
This was started with Chuck like a year ago, and so there's been some transition, so I can find out.
Does that include first responders?
No, I don't believe so.
I didn't know. It seemed like a lot of high number. I don't know.
Any other questions that you want me to follow up on for next week?
Can that be waited on until next week?
I guess I'd just like a breakdown of per person, what we're providing.
Withdraw my motion, we'll table it till next week.
You got 1 pair to wash, 1 pair spare.
Well, I mean, and that's fine. I
Or
mean,
1 pair.
I wouldn't mind, providing 3 or 4 pair of pants and 2 or 3 shirts. But
Yeah, Chuck had that all written out at one time, and I don't remember the numbers, so I'll look.
I guess I would just like to see that broken out as to what we're providing and make sure that we're.
Sure, 1 week, they can wear them all week. One time, they put them on, one day the next day.
Okay. We'll bring it back next week. So the next thing that I have is, we had a couple of quotes for refinishing the floor downstairs. I don't know if you've all noticed the basement floor here, but it's been kind of, it's painted concrete basically. And so it's been needing a little bit of work for quite a while. So I just had Kevin get some quotes on that. And that information is in your packet.
Like the quotes are for 2 different kinds of
2 different product.
coating.
One's a slick,
Right.
One's a slick top and the other one's a flake, so it's gonna have a
It's got a texture.
texture for grip.
And the texture, the reason that the one vendor prefers that is just because, especially if we go over the existing floor, is that you can replace a specific part of it if it wears out and you won't notice it as much. So I don't believe that the other was offering it.
I mean, just the slip strips that we've had, not that many, but we've
Yeah.
had some. It's concerning to have a slick floor. I don't know.
Those are rugs, weren't they?
We've never had an issue with as far as I know, with any problem with the
Does the
floor the
flake
way it is.
floor actually add a texture? I guess it would be some.
It should be a grainy grip. I'm not a floor expert, so.
I'm not either. I mean, I've seen people doing it in their garage. That's where I've seen it.
Is there a different information that you want to be able to decide on this?
Is it similar to what we did to the floor of the EMS building here in town?
I guess my concern is the durability, one over the other. Cause you know, we got a low bid, but if it only lasts for a couple of years and the other one lasts twice as long, why? Durability factor would be my question.
Product quality, if they could bring back what their implied warranties are.
And the other two from S&S Concrete and Lee, I've seen a lot of his work and he does really good work, but I would be concerned with a little bit of his just putting out on the existing surface. Anytime you try to do that on an existing surface without a proper prep, you're setting yourself up for.
I don't know what kind of prep is there.
I'm sure he is probably gonna clean it, but
We have to grind it and then polish it.
So I'm sending around the information that came in with these, so you can look at them. The one vendor was somebody that was recommended by our floor care provider that we buy flooring products from, so. That they've worked with before, but. And as far as the hours on that quote, that first one, Jonah, we told them they could not do it during business hours. And so if it's approved in time, they would plan to come over Labor Day weekend and work and do that.
So the one's got a dumpster added in, where the other one says that we have to provide the dumpster.
Right, and we would provide the dumpster, and I believe what was the total amount? Did I take the dumpster off?
$1,600.
Right, but what's the total bid?
Nine,
No, what's the total bid on the paper?
14,900.
Okay.
This one here would be removal. Here, sorry.
All right, so I think that on the 14,990, we could save that 1,600. I couldn't remember if I took it off or not,
Well, it's
because
the
it,
highest.
right, that's why I didn't probably, but.
No guarantees if it isn't the higher dollar one.
no guarantees at all.
If it's not the higher dollar one, it's not removing, and the lower dollar is not removing the existing. So I get that. If the bottom part flakes up, then you don't want to warranty your top coat.
Yeah, you can,
Yeah,
and then you're going away.
you need to take it back to natural.
falls in your realm. What's your recommendation?
Well, my initial impression is maybe just to go with the similar surface to what we have now.
So
That'd be the low bid.
Yeah. But if you want more information, or if you want me to find anything else, I'm happy to do that.
I think my questions were answered looking there. I think one's a superior product to the other, but if all we need to do is just urethane the floor.
High traffic, just,
So what if, how about if I just bring that back next week and I can see if the first bidder does the flake, and I can see if the second bidder does the plain one, and that way you have a better idea.
Apples to apples.
Kevin's been the one researching all this, and I think he may have already done all that, but I'll just do that, and it'll probably make you all feel better.
I do. Looking at this guy's pictures, he's looking at a plain, simple urethane floor. He's gonna sand it down to, we have 220 power down there he can get to.
We're working on that, making sure that we do. I'm pretty sure we do.
Panels are down there. Not very hard to tap.
Tap in.
no electrician.
Well, you know.
I mean, I know Scott Tilton's floor
Oh yeah.
look amazing, but we don't need to spend 3 times the money for amazing when it's a basement floor.
Right. That's kind of where I was at with it, but I'm happy to do whatever the board needs to make the decision.
Looking at his proposal, I would be perfectly fine with the urethane floor.
See if Scott can provide something like that.
Similar.
Okay.
I don't know if, I know we talked about doing the same thing out at the Lake Hall. Has Isaac been working on that?
He has.
If we can talk to this guy at the, it may be too
Yes.
late to,
Kind of similar fix.
yeah,
Foot.
a lot more square footage, but there's an economy of scale if we.
That's
The timing of that wouldn't be able to be the same though,
Probably, yeah.
because it wouldn't work for them to do it over Labor Day for the lake. Okay, so we won't announce anything, and I'll just go ahead and,
Yeah, see if,
so you're not ready to make a decision, you want me to follow up with the second bidder, is that correct?
I think we ought to see if we can get an apples for apples. And if you can't, you can't.
Okay. That's all that I have.
All right.
Oh, I did send you the, before the meeting, the updated, you had asked me for the health department funding information. And so I can put that on. I didn't have time to update it before I left, but I did get it done this morning. So do you want to talk about that today, or do you want to?
I just get a feel for the commission if there's any interest in doing a lease purchase on at least a portion of that, instead of using the wind farm funds. We got another building coming up. I don't know exactly what we're gonna have there yet.
Based on you working on budget, trying to stay revenue neutral. I mean, is there there's gotta be some thought there, right? As far as financing this portion and
So
reserving some
you
other
get into a
monies.
little bit more complication when you do the lease purchase on a building. So equipment is kind of an easier
Right.
way to go. Like, I don't know if you remember when we did the transfer station, when we did that as a lease purchase, that it was almost like a bond. We almost had to do everything the same way as a bond payment because of the dollar amount. And so if you're looking at financing a portion of this building, there's gonna be some hoops to jump through depending on the amount of money you want to
Kind of
finance.
depends on what's gonna be the expense of doing that.
Right, right.
Is there any way you can look into that?
I can, I just thought maybe it would be a good idea to have the discussion first and then.
Well, maybe the rest of the commission's not even interested, I don't know.
Asking you to come up with a budget that's revenue neutral for us. I just want to make sure we're not causing any hiccups, one way or the other. I just,
So what I would prefer, I haven't gotten very in-depth on figuring all of those numbers out yet to be able to bring you that proposed draft. So maybe this is this is a seed that's planted with the board and then we look at it as we get further through the budget process.
I'm open to that.
Okay. How's everybody else?
if it helps with your cash reserves in one way or another, I mean.
Well, I can tell you that it is gonna be a real challenge to produce a revenue neutral budget 2 years in a row. And you are gonna have to start borrowing unless you just stop doing things, So this might be an option that we would have to do regardless, so.
I mean, if we don't have a whole lot of expense going in, I'd still be interested in doing it.
Okay. Does anybody else have feedback, or you just wanna kind of wait and see how the budget looks?
I'll wait and see.
Okay,
If you could, can you still check on what type of expense we'd be looking at though?
sure, I mean, I can definitely look back too on what we ended up having to do when we did the transfer station, so,
That'd be great. That too.
okay. Let's see, do we have, is he here? Okay, Jeffrey.
It's right there.
Oh, there he is. I didn't see you in there, over there. Yeah. Oh, here.
So,
Uh,
I don't have to wing it.
Nope. I gotcha.
No schedule.
Thank you, that makes it so much simpler. I move that we recess into executive session in order to discuss active litigation pursuant to KSA 75-4319B. Item number 2, for consultation with our attorney in matters deemed privileged under attorney-client privilege with the board, Jeffrey Coleman, Brad, and Tina for
30 minutes.
30 minutes until 1:35 with open session to resume back in commission chambers following the closed session. Have a second, Ken? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 5-0. Out of executive session, no decisions made. Alright. Move forward.
Oh, yeah.
Mickey.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right here, Mick.
Oh, this is mine.
Right here. Make sure you have a comfortable seat.
I appreciate that.
Before the flames come up.
Yeah.
I've done my employee evaluations and I gave them the comfortable seat. Anyway, alright, so mutual aid discussion.
Commissioner Becker asked us to be put on, so.
I'm gonna let Mickey do most of the talking. We had a situation, emergency on Thursday night. It's pretty close to home for me. I had some questions of Mickey, and we talked at some length on Friday morning about mutual aid. We talk about mutual aid a lot when it comes to fires, but we haven't talked a whole lot about it when it comes to mutual aid for the ambulance service, even though I did have knowledge that in the southwest part of the county, Harvey County has responded at times. But this was in the northeast part of the county, 7.5 miles south of Harrington. So I'll just turn it over to you, Mickey, kind of explain what's going on, but I think we need to have some new agreements, maybe talk with some of the counties around us about mutual aid, because with our ambulances in Hillsborough and Marion, if we don't have first responders and you guys are 15 to 20 miles, 25 miles out, if we don't have any first responders, a cardiac patient's got little chance, very little chance. So, I guess my question of Mickey, and he just started, so do we have a mutual aid agreement with Dickinson County? Do we have one with McPherson County? Do we have one with Harvey County?
So I'm not aware of any specific agreement that we have. I will say this, I'm sure if we'd requested Dickinson County to come down and help us, there's little doubt in my mind that they would have. Now, the circumstances of when they would have, we had units en route on the way. Our Lincolnville first responders were en route on that call. So the exact circumstances, I can't say for certain of when that would be appropriate. I know that the last time I can think of that we had mutual aid when I was on shift was in the southwest corner, and that was when Mound Ridge came and helped us with a patient in Gossel. And it's been a long time ago. If I remember correctly, we were out by Zebulon, so we had a big trek and we knew it was going to take a while to get there. So they were happy to come over and help us. We got there right as they were beginning to transport. They took the patient. Lester had mentioned that at one time for like the rescue squads, that anything over, he thought 330th or 340th, that it was an automatic dispatch. But I haven't had an opportunity to speak with anyone from Dickinson surrounding
and maybe it's not a mutual aid. Maybe it's a dispatch issue. When a call comes in far north Marion County or far southeast, maybe our dispatchers need to be educated. Hey, just call Harrington, just call El Dorado, I'm not blaming them.
No, I don't know that there's anyone to blame here. I was actually pretty pleased with the way this call worked out. It was a long distance from anybody. And there's always room for improvement in the margins, so I don't want to say there's no room for improvement. As far as I know, things were dispatched properly as far as it has been since I've been here.
I'm just thinking, if the dispatchers
Sure.
are educated on, okay, this thing, they're really close to Harrington.
And I think honestly, if we were to, and that's why I asked Jeff to be here, because dispatch is under his, it's not for me to speak for somebody else's department. But we visited about that. I think the dispatchers would be fine with that. But we need to have a system in place, and
yeah, I don't know what it
would require an MOU or an mutual agreement with another agency in place first. Now, fire rescue, anybody can, like if we're going to call, they can make a direct request, and that request can be handed off then. But as far as a standard, you would have to have a mutual agreement with that agency or that county.
I'm thinking Dickinson County, to the very far north, there's west, well, in your neighborhood, you're 28, 29 miles from Marion, you're still
A little further.
18 miles from Hillsborough. I don't know about Burns, I would think Burns is what, 24 miles from here?
We said
Yeah.
25 when we looked.
It was 23.
23.
Okay.
It's actually,
I'm
You know,
22,
of course,
24.
at some point in time, when we get a EMS station in Peabody that's fully manned, that, there's just gonna be these instances. It may not happen very often, but one time, if we can save somebody's life just because somebody else's crew is a little closer, I just think we need to be doing that. And I'm not saying that would have changed anything in this outcome.
Sure.
We don't know,
Told
especially
you
with cardiac stuff.
a good compliment on the quality of our staff in responding to this incident, that they were very happy with what, even though the outcome wasn't what everybody wanted.
Sure.
Very did all they could.
And honestly, once we got everyone on scene, I was really happy with the way that it worked.
Impressed with the situation, even though that ultimate outcome wasn't what we wanted.
And realistically, with this being this is a large county, is it like number 5 in the state, something along those lines? With us having some limited resources, I think we do a pretty good job of covering every.
I think so. If we did have these agreements, and, dispatch could see an address that's way out of nowhere, they'd know, boom, call. I mean, I don't know how big a deal it is to get a mutual agreement.
Memorandum of understanding typically is what we do, and I've done it with other adjacent counties. It's a matter of them reaching an agreement, and it's pragmatic. What's gonna work the best, you were using ours as an example of, I'm out there and suddenly keel over, it's 23 miles from Hillsborough. So, and it's closer to use, I don't know, even Mac, several of them.
we have some in place with some fire departments like
I know.
Roxbury and.
Yeah, the fire departments, this has been mutual aid's been a big deal for 20 years for them.
There's an ambulance at Roxbury.
I don't know that.
I don't know that they do. That they built
Built a new fire department,
I don't
right there in town.
know, just have that 6x6 and some of that other stuff over there, but they've upgraded the equipment a little bit, but I don't think I've seen an ambulance over there.
They were just building a new building here in the last few months, and probably completed by about.
So, I don't know if that's something that Tina could help you with, or.
Well, I'm happy to contact Dickinson and see their they're gonna have to agree to it, in that situation. Without speaking with them, I can't speak for another department, but it's worth a phone call, that's.
I just,
Morris County's run through the hospital.
I think this happens a lot, but it can.
I think
I
that's
think
something.
we've actually picked up more calls in Morris County than they've picked up for us. I think their ambulance is further away from the county line than our Hillsborough ambulance. So and it's been a long time since we went and helped them, but if I remember correctly, I think we went and helped them more than I can't think of a time they've come and helped us that I can recall. I'm not saying that they wouldn't, it's just they're quite a ways further away from our county, so.
Yeah, I think the only thing that needs to happen is for us would be the EMS director make a phone call to whatever agency he's one that had the mutual aid agreement with. And we can take this to our ERLB meeting too, and then sit down and design it. I guarantee you they're gonna want probably some boundary lines on that MOU. And then once we set the boundary lines, and then both parties would just basically required to sign it, and then it has to be put into we can be put into our software, even in our hard maps. And that way there's a secondary, but still, it's still always gonna be at the request of the Marion County Responding Agency.
I think Dixon County would be a good place to start. And you might even make contact Butler, as far as that goes.
Well, and then I believe Mountain Ridge, it's not a county agency, but I believe that's a city agency. They may be able to help us down around Gossel.
Okay, that's city, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're looking, don't take me to the bank on that, but that's my understanding. I don't believe I believe that's a city agency, so, I mean, we can
Well,
get with
county,
them,
city.
county, just whomever's appropriate down there and see if they're interested in doing one as well.
Harrington maintains theirs, so they do those MOUs periodically. Dickinson County doesn't have a problem being involved, but they'll usually say, wanted to contact them directly to find out what their willingness is to enter into one.
Another thing to just think about on the total overall call, not that call, but just on a call in general is, so you guys kind of understand the process of when the 911 call comes out, the request from the fire department's EMS is that it goes out on, I think it's our Everbridge system that alerts them. Then we tone the same agency that they got the Everbridge alert. They go 2 tones before they ask for a response. That's just so everybody can hear the tone. Once them tones are set off, that's when you would activate the secondary agency. So that would require a phone call from our dispatch center to their dispatch center. Then that dispatch center would then have to drop tones for their agency to get their agencies notified to get them en route. So it wouldn't be like a one phone call, it's there. It still takes a process to get it there.
It still require a few minutes to.
Yeah, it does. We were kind of brainstorming it probably here the last 2 days. And it does. There'll still be a,
A lot of the difference would be if our Marion unit is out.
yeah. Well, the big
Then
difference
we
is if
become
you have
friends.
if your mutual aid unit's out. See, that's not taking into account for what they've got going on. Or are they short-staffed within their county as well? You might tone for a mutual aid and not get it because they're short-staffed and already on a call too, so.
It was on.
But yes, it's absolutely worth looking into and trying to explore it.
You got Burns from here is
24 miles.
It's about the same. We penciled it out. Is it too far difference?
and El Dorado's 20 some odd miles to Burns.
It was almost dead center.
So,
Going back several years, the push that I got involved with EMS was to get a paramedic that when they show up,
We was down
can
too.
start instead of the transfer before it can start.
yeah. Like Harrington.
Minimizing my issues or keeping me on,
Harrington's close enough to the county line.
or
You know, I think,
doubling that
I
time,
think, you know, the Harrington
lessening that time by half.
Yeah.
It's still gonna take a few minutes to load you
could
and
be
get going.
used.
Quite often my push to be behind criticism for getting our first station and go.
I think some of the important factor to look at too is a lot of times my units are the first one on scene because we're already out. We might already be in the area. Something for us to really consider is probably putting some AEDs in my patrol units. Because a lot of times my officers are on scene doing CPR before EMS arrives because they're responding from a different location or a further location. So
Talking about the defibrillators or whatever, they're getting pretty easy to run and with a little.
they're self-explanatory. You open them up, the instructions on them, they even talk to you.
Yeah, they got them in the hallways for general public to break the window and use them.
A lot of sporting events, facilities, have them in the area or on the premises.
There's a lot of agencies that have went to AEDs and all patrol cars just for that reason.
We may very well be able to get a grant for that as well.
That might be as well to look into, as important as anything with this conversation. Or consider, if that's the case, if we even, does Lester and them carry one? I think they
Yes.
do.
Every one of their fire units have an AED in it. I just talked to him about it this morning.
I know he was having one worked on or one replaced here just recently.
Got the thought process going. It's what you're trying to do.
Well, as a commission in agreement, we need to at least start with Harrington and try to get a mutual aid.
I think we need to
Ask all counties around us.
let Mickey make some phone calls, see if there's any in writing that we need to do, or if it could just be a, hey, I'm Mick.
Guess if him and Jeff
If I
want.
call you, are you gonna be able to help me?
You're just as involved in the dispatch as
Okay.
you are sending a unit.
Yeah, I would
In
definitely say that an agreement in writing is needed.
Yeah, it's a somewhat standardized MOU. I've done it before. We can certainly, Harrington's seen it before because I wrote it for him. So it wouldn't be difficult for us to put one together that Dickinson County has seen, for example, and Harvey County.
Does EMS meet as a group, like 4 or 5 counties, come together and
Do you have regional meetings?
Yes, they do. So I'm not familiar with, I haven't been to any as of yet, so. Right. I mean, and maybe that's a good time to bring that up, is at a regional meeting. Generally speaking, I'm a one-on-one, so I'm probably gonna call the directors of those services.
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna have an agreement with one county, I don't know that we need a bunch of other counties involved, like one agreement for one county. That would be my way of going about it, unless you want me to do it differently.
a contact person.
Everybody on the same page?
The one thing to be thinking about, Mickey, is, you know, these MOUs can't be one way.
Right.
And we need to be thinking about, if we're doing something with Dickinson County, you know, yeah, they can help us in it, but how can we help them and make sure that we're thinking that out too, because you don't wanna go to them and say, we need you to help us, and this is what we want, and in return, this is what we can do, hopefully we can do for you, so just be thinking about that aspect of it too when you start these discussions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when I do an MOU, I won't sign one in my office, if we don't have reciprocating services from both sides. So they need to be in the same agreements that we're in, and that we provide the same service to them at the same time if they need us, as long as we're not short-staffed. I think that's where everybody runs into is the staffing of it, but you're 100% correct. I mean, it's gotta be reciprocating.
The only time I've seen it not be is we paid money.
Right.
That's kind of the lesser of the evils in terms of what you wanna do if you can help it. Just try to do it as something that's reciprocating.
It just helps if you have some idea how you can help them when you go to it, and instead of just figure it out later, we can say, you know, this is what we can do for you if you can do this for us, so.
You guys got
Thank
stuff
you.
to do.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna sit here all day.
Well, I was waiting for you guys to be like, out.
You might
Thanks,
check
Nick.
back with us, when you find out anything.
Okay, I'll communicate with Tina and.
Yeah.
And when she wants me back for the next, I'll be here.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, Brad.
Couple of things. I indicated last week that I was expecting some kind of an email response from Mr. Sherwood regarding the sunflower issue. Got that at about 11:22 this morning, so.
Yeah, the mail packet.
Somewhat reciprocating in terms of what he submitted. I haven't called him since then to clarify several things. But when they reference different areas, they do it by string. I don't even know how many units are in, pedestals or anything. So, but this is the response.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Not much of a response as far as,
Yeah, he had, some of this is what he had told me by phone, and I know he's discussed with Sharon. I mentioned 8 of those last time. And they were looking to, get the modules installed. Apparently they're looking to do that this week. Along with the firmware that they started working through with the different string the day before the holiday. I don't know if that's intended then to solve all of it. He did stress to me that not all of them were not working. I don't know what you experienced in terms of.
not all of them are not working, but there's more of them seem to be flashing than not. I mean, Anybody that comes out of Hillsborough at night and looks over the horizon there's a lot of lights flashing.
Anyway, that's what he provided. And it becomes a question of what additional follow-up you'd like to see.
This week, there's showing that they get the 8 lighting control modules.
We get an update on 30 days of whether this is working or not working, maybe. We can certainly do that, however, whatever time frame you'd like to use. It's gonna be a week or two before they get any of this installed. It's gonna take 3 or 4 weeks before we know if they've done any good. And
Would be my only thought.
LCMs, apparently they have those, so.
It says this week.
We assume this is gonna be an ongoing issue for a while, so every 30-day update might be what we would request. Unless somebody thinks different.
Did you know what it means? Why they would remove 2 meters of a blade?
No, I do not. We didn't discuss blade repair at all. He mentioned their scheduled maintenance, that's scheduled in August typically. And they do a full inspection, and that seemed, the drone inspection is not until September. So I don't know.
Says it's the last 2 meters, so there's been parts removed, most of it
Parts.
evidently cut.
Did the blade fall off?
I'll find out this afternoon. I'll go look.
They replaced one.
Is the blade still hanging there?
It's still the old way it was. They didn't do anything to it yet, so I can't see the blade because it's between the trees. I think there's a bunch of trees around there and stuff. So I think it's still there, but
I'll go look at it this afternoon.
their radiuses are still there, so anyway.
And the new blade's still laying on the ground next to it. Or you haven't been by there?
No, I don't trespass. If you don't know.
Well, you can see it from the road.
That's a good idea.
Well, especially me.
Coward.
I guess, Brad, I would still like to see a summary of at least the last 30 days of each individual tower and its either compliance or non-compliance with the ADLS system. Because I mean, this is the same thing they told us in March. We've got 8 that we're trying to fix and then we'll be done. And now we've got 8 that we still got 8 that they're working on, and it's 4 months later.
I'll just send the request today. Ask him to give me something by next week.
And did you get back with, did you get your review of the Article 27 to Sharon? Can we get a
Not
copy?
to Sharon, but I'm still finishing up some elements of it.
Okay.
I did the initial review, which is what I was reporting on the last time. And I think I can go ahead and give her that.
Can you give that to us as well? Okay. Yeah, I don't know how they wire these strings and how many are on there, but I know the string that I can see on my horizon, it's like 13, and there's 3 of them that have been nonstop. They never go off. They're all in a row, and then another one, and then intermittently the other ones are flashing, and it just depends on the day.
6 on a circuit or something.
What?
Or 5 or 6 on a circuit.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not sure how many they got on a string. So it looks like they're using a new firmware on one string and trying to figure out what actually gonna work for them. But
What's more reliable, maybe. Water District. I saw the summary of that. There's been no action taken by them. And I have not gotten a response from KDHE. I think they were waiting on that meeting as last I knew, but.
I attended it. Rural Water Association, Kansas, is supposed to send a couple people in to do a little bit of troubleshooting. I don't know where they're at as far as their top of water remediation. I guess they tried, one of the board members tried to get them to do that a couple of years ago and they didn't do it.
Are they still having the same quality issues? I haven't checked.
It's cleared up, but people that kind of know water systems, they can take it out of your tap and tell you right now it's not right. Even though we think it's clear, and saying no, it's not.
Well, this is correspondence both to the state and to the directly to the board. Anything else you'd like done?
I think it addressed most of it.
Yeah, I think this letter to the board is straightforward to the point.
I guess my big question is, and I don't know that anybody has the answer. If this became a big enough emergency, and rural water knows it, EPA knows it, and they said, as of tomorrow, the wells are shut. What can we do as a county to help?
Generally, we have the ability to do the emergency declaration at that point because an actual source is completely shut down. That is kind of a last resort by the state for obvious reasons.
Yeah, of course, that would be deal with FEMA, and we know how fast that works.
That is part of the problem.
We may not even have FEMA, which might be good, we might get quicker response. So all of a sudden, you've got 200 people, no more than that. I think, I don't know the exact count. I mean, you got Tampa and Ramona, so that in itself is, what, together would be 300?
Yeah, it's a little in that general.
Then the whole system. Our county would be in a dire emergency.
And at least the initial indication when I was calling about it, just in worst case scenario, which is what you're raising, is that they said if that happens, it's typically gonna shut the entire system off.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know,
There's no guarantee that the rest of it isn't also adulterated.
what can we do as a county to expedite anything that would, you know.
In the event of that kind of.
There was all kinds of different ideas, even, you know, contracting with Hillsborough to provide the water, but you know, that's still a huge time-consuming project.
Lay a lot of pipe quickly.
Getting that laid in and getting it done appropriately, given the last one I did, where they supplied, Harrington supplied Woodbine, that was a 3-year process.
Well, on top of that, you'd have to deal with, Corps of Engineers.
Yeah.
I know that nothing happens fast there.
I'll make that inquiry with KDHE and I say, exactly what do you do in a worst case scenario in terms of that process? Okay.
I mean, it would have huge implications if you really think about it on the county side, just on property valuations.
Don't you want your taxes to go down?
Is there any abandoned oil lines that could be used?
No, never make, EPA would never,
No.
KDHE would never allow you to use,
You can clean enough up.
it'd have to be new or linered.
Might be able to appropriate the easement, but not use the infrastructure.
More of the salt water than anything.
Well, a real dire emergency, I guess Red Cross assistance would be the quickest that we could expect to get, and then something like that.
Pretty much a stopgap though, because you could take a long, long time to get something else as a source, and that'd be the greatest concern.
But I mean, just for the real
Immediate.
short term. I think they would be able to provide us some assistance and some water deals for at least a lot of the residents in a extreme emergency.
Well, water districts are each to have an emergency plan as well in the event of some kind of unexpected stoppage that lasts more than a day or 2 days, but I don't know what they've got for the longer term element of that.
I was
Is that a
impressed,
question to ask them?
I was impressed with Rural Water Association though. I mean, they're more than willing to be right in the middle of it, which is good, because they need it.
I'm gonna call them as well. Any commission comments?
Just outside board reports, solid waste management. We had a meeting last week on Wednesday. And I'm not sure, they've asked for each of the 3 counties and to contribute $250 a year for what we pay the administrator, our board secretary, maintain those. I'll get with her, I'm not sure if she's gonna send an invoice to the county or how that actually works. I'm new to this, so.
I don't think that was anything new when I was on there.
I think it's been an ongoing thing, but
Yeah, it's just to help facilitate the facilitator.
facilitator to keep things going. Beyond that, the new solid waste plan should be coming out for our signatures here shortly. There were some updates to that from McPherson and Harvey counties. I don't think we updated any of our stuff, but so that should be coming out here.
McPherson County finished their landfill.
Didn't say. It may be in that plan.
It's a lot to sit through on the phone for sure. They haven't got to the Zoom meetings.
We got Zoom meetings now.
Oh, you got Zoom?
Yeah.
Oh, lucky you. Everything I had was on the phone and everybody was talking all at once.
It's still kind of, when you don't know what's going on, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah.
Anyway. And then I've got CDDO meeting this afternoon, so.
That was pretty quick.
That's all I got.
Next meeting is 28th.
Yes.
And we'll have a payday meeting on the 31st. Okay. Alright. Hearing nothing else, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Kent. All those in favor?
Aye.